today I got what I consider to be an interesting video. The Spider-Man film interpretations ranked. Now, you're going to see a theme here in terms of my portrayals of Spider-Man. Now, let's start with non-Spider-Man. I don't think Venom's a good movie. It's kind of fun to watch, but it's not very good. Not to me, at least. If you enjoy it, that's fine. And then I don't think The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is particularly good either. It's got a messy plot. It's got some very bland characterizations of classic characters. Speaking on like Felicia Hardy, Harry Osborn. I don't like Harry Osborn's portrayal in this movie either. I don't like Electro. I think they made him a complete dork, and that's theoretically fine, but they didn't do it in a good way. Now, Andrew Garfield's doing like 17 different accents in this movie. It's kind of jarring and very noticeable. I just don't like it, and I don't like Peter Parker's parents being a part of the plot ever. It's never been my thing. And another movie that touches on that is The Amazing Spider-Man. It's not offensively bad or anything, but it doesn't do anything actually great either. I do like Andrew Garfield in this movie. He's a legitimate good actor. And I think he could have been a really good Peter Parker, like, under different management. But the movie is, like I said, not offensively bad or anything, but it doesn't bring anything to the table for Spider-Man. And it brings a basketball suit to Spider-Man. I don't like the suit at all. I don't like how low this chest Spider is on the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit, but beyond that, it's a great suit. This suit, what the hell? Like, what's going on with it? I don't really know. Now, on to movies I actually like. Spider-Man 2 is S tier. I didn't used to think this. When I was like a kid, I thought this movie was boring. Like, very boring, and because it had a lot to do with Peter Parker, which now I enjoy, but then I just wanted to see Spider-Man. I was a kid. What can you expect there? Really? No. But plot-wise, I think this is the most, like, cohesive plot. There's no, like, jarring jolts, or anything. It's consistent. It does its story well. And, yeah, that was about it for Spider-Man 2. I think everything that can be said about Spider-Man 2 has been said. Now, I like Spider-Man 3. I'm not gonna lie to you. But it's not good. I enjoy it because it's fun to watch. But it's got the same problems that Spider-Man 2 has, minus the accent. Now, Harry Osborn's insane in this movie. It's very funny. Topher Grace, I think, actually does a great job as Eddie Brock. He just doesn't do a great job as Venom. He's not particularly, like, built for Venom. I don't look at him and think, man, that's perfect casting, you know? Like I said, though, he's good as Eddie Brock in this movie. Not like comic Eddie Brock, but what the movie wanted him to be. I like the characterization. I think it's a good foil to Peter. I like the Sandman. I think he was a good villain. I think he should have been the main villain, like only main villain, and maybe Harry, but I don't think all three of them should have been in this movie. Venom definitely feels forced because he was, and just a lot of plots colliding. You know, it's not a good structure for a movie. It's like kicking the villains out over and over again just to juggle it, but it doesn't work. It collapses in on itself. And the symbiote suit is very boring. I wish it was interpreted way better. Well, just like anything close to the comics. I know comics, I guess it could have looked like a BDSM suit, but, you know, I think that'd be better. Far From Home's kind of boring. Listen, I like this movie enough, but it's not anything fantastic. I like it more than The Amazing Spider-Man, but it's kind of messy, and Peter Parker does some dumb stuff in it. It's very irritating sometimes, like giving the Edith glasses away. That's the main thing, but, like, man, him falling for Mysterio's traps like 17 different times. I know it's like 3, but it just irritates me. I love the suit in this movie. It's probably my favorite suit of any Spider-Man. Like, I love the black and red. I've always loved the black and red. I don't have a ton to say about this movie. I think I like that it has a different locale, which is not really the case for any other one. But, yeah, there's not a ton to be said about it. Now, I enjoy Homecoming a lot. I like the suit in this one, too. It's not my favorite. I like the like I said, this is my favorite. I like the Tobey Maguire suit more than this one as well. But beyond that, um, I like the Vulture. I like Michael Keaton's acting in it a lot. I like the twist near the end. Yeah, overall, it's just a solid movie. I like how you get a sequence where Spider-Man's actually helping civilians, which you don't see a whole lot in these movies. I like how Iron Man's not the central plot. Like, he's not in it a ton. I guess he is the central plot because, well, Vulture's stealing his tech or whatever. But he's not in it, like, taking the forefront the entire movie or anything. I like Tom Holland a lot as Spider-Man. I think he does a great job with what he's given. But I think he does a greater job in a different movie. Now, on to Spider-Verse. This may be my favorite Spider-Man movie. I love how Miles Morales is characterized in this movie. It's different from the comics. He's actually given a personality to work with. He's very modern interpretation of him. I mean, it's not like he was an old character or anything, but you know what I mean? I always love the clothes over the Spider-Man suit, and he does this get-up. It's pretty fire. I love Peter Parker and Gwen in this movie. I just love the love letter to all the Spider-Men. Just all the fans. I think it works really great, and I'm excited to see the sequel. Now, that's another movie, just like 2, that's been spoken about to death. I don't love Spider-Man. But, I think it's still A tier. It's just a lower A tier. Now, this movie, it bores me a lot in the first half. It's not that it's doing its bad, it's just I'm not interested in what's going on in, like, the first half of the movie until he becomes Spider-Man. And I think some of the Tobey Maguire irritates me as Spider-Man sometimes, and he really does in this movie. It's very stiff, and the quips don't work when they're there. I love Willem Dafoe as the Goblin, though. Green Goblin interpretation in the movie is sick, except for how he actually looks. I think that's a little bit funny. It's not amazing or anything, but like I said, like, characterization is sick. Let's put it that way. Very solid movie overall. It just kind of bores me. Like I said, I love the third act of the movie, and I think it's got one of my favorite Spider-Man fight scenes on film, where he gets obliterated, but Green Goblin gets infertilized, right in the, So, pretty good movie. I love Noah Helm. It's my least favorite of these 3, but I think it gave me the most enjoyment the first watch of these movies. Seeing all 3 Spider-Men is spectacular. I just love a lot that this movie has to give, but I think the first half of the movie is a drag. I don't love all this college stuff. I love that it's being handled. I just don't think it was handled great. And man, his charges were dropped so quick. I wish this movie happened the 4th installment, I guess. And the 3rd installment was like some craven Daredevil lawyer type stuff, like, the whole time. But either way, I think the second half of this movie is great. It's really fun to watch, and I love seeing the Spider-Man interact with each other. And I love seeing the villains come back. And I think Tom Holland does fantastic in this movie. I think it's his best attempt. Okay, that sounds really rough. I've liked him consistently, but I like him the most here. He reminds me the most of Spider-Man here, which you should be able to do. But yeah, I think it's great, and it really sets up a great trilogy to follow it. I'm excited to see what comes next with this series. And yeah, that's all I got for the day. See you guys next time. Like, subscribe if you enjoyed. Comment your rankings. Hate on me for mine. We cool then. Alright, peace.